Hey guys, Whaler Saver here. So we're starting the console. So this is a picture or a spec of the original console. So I'm going to modernize it a little bit. So we're not going to have these posts. This is, I think it's called a Widowmaker. I will put a windscreen on, and the door, which was made out of teak, is too small. Effectively, the problem with that is if you've got work to do on the front of the console, so electronics, steering, whatever, you just can't fit, you can't work on it. So I'm going to make the door significantly bigger. And I'm going to have a cutout here down here for the feet. Because there's not a lot of clearance, it's only basically a 16-foot boat, 16 and a half foot boat. It's always nice to have a little cutout for your feet here. I debated whether putting in sort of a footstool or some sort of a footrest, I guess. There's just no room. So this is basically what it's going to look like, or this is the bigger door that I was referring to. This is the cutout. And just like the original, where it's off the deck, so there's room for the water to go through. And remember, underneath there is the chase, or the front end of the chase. So it's 33 inches wide, another 32 and 3/4 high to the top. And then there's another, I don't know how big this would be, but maybe another 6 inches. So basically everything, the whole unit is 33 by, say, 38 high. So here's the cutout again. So we're going to have a bigger door, and this would be the front. So really the bow side is just one big square. The idea here is I'm going to just have room to put in a cooler, carry-on cooler. There's not a lot of storage. Debated making sort of a front end, which would turn into a bench. The PIA factor is pretty high, and you don't really gain a whole lot in usability. So I'm just going to focus on making a really functional center console. The profile of this is a flat spot by about 10 inches and then 15 inches down and then straight down. Kind of changed the profile a little bit, having sort of a soft slope and then a harder slope, because I really wanted the steering to have, to be parallel to this slope and be, on these boats, you're standing up at least half the time. And so I just felt that this was too squared up, meaning 45-degree angles or so was just too steep of an angle. So when you're standing up, it's not comfortable to run the boat. And then it's designed also, when you get a little flatter thing, you have more room for your feet, because the idea is to rest your feet in here. And you're closer into the steering wheel when you're sitting down. So, and also when you're standing up, again, you can lean against the console itself, and there's room for your feet. So that was the whole idea behind the design. I know it's for your purists out there, totally get it. I'm not trying to make a purist boat. I'm actually trying to make a boat that is just fun to use and very low maintenance. So if we move over to here, I already got started. So what I did here's the cutout. So it's wetted resin. I'm having a real tough time at these days. It's mid-January. I'm having a tough time finding resin, thanks to COVID, I guess. So what I did is, there's 2 layers, really 3 layers of glass here. So the first layer is this, I guess, 1709. So it's basically, on one hand you've got matting, and on the back end, I wanted 45 degrees, but again, thanks to COVID, I couldn't get it. So it's 90-degree weave, good enough, and just regular old matting. So basically, on one side, this is, I guess, 1/4 inch or 1/8 of an inch Divinysil, and this will be my outside corner. So basically, it will look like this. So it's my inside left. So I'm going to sand it down, and then I'm going to basically put it together. The 3 corners, I'm not going to do the front, because you got to laminate the back here and kind of make the pieces come together. Let's try to see with my camera here, one-handed. This would be the left. This would be the right, something like this. And then this piece goes in the back here. So something like this. So I'm obviously going to sand it down, put a nice kind of bead down the corner. I'm going to also cheat. I'm going to make these out of some kusu board I got left. I'm going to make these corners that we can I can attach everything together. The front I made sturdier, so it's basically, I guess that'd be 1/2 inch divinyl. Did have one problem. When I laid the fiber down, these things kind of warped on me a little bit. So I'm going to have a hell of a time straightening it out. Luckily, the two side pieces are dead straight. So hopefully I can sort of jerry-rig this thing into getting nice 90-degree angles to get started. Thanks again for watching.